have the founder and the person that runs the item, which is the Inclusive Technology Entrepreneur Movement, Kahiga Tiaga. There is a meetup. It's been Philly Tech Week all week too, as well, if there's people who are looking for fun events. But our next meetup for the item is how to get a job in tech. This month, it's on Tuesday, May 16th from 5:30 to 7:30 at 1601 Market in WeWork. I just want to give a plug sooner. We usually try to do things within the next week. I know this is a couple of weeks from now. But the item is about getting women and people of color a seat at the table in technology. It doesn't just mean IT, it means apps, it means whatever you think technology is. But come out. Tuesday, May 16th, 5:30 to 7:30. It's free. You learn a lot of information, but this month's is about how to get a job in tech, whether you're currently a techie or you're thinking about pivoting from whatever role you're doing now into technology. Come on out, and soon, Kahiga, we will have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get the people from PHL Marketplace to come on next week because that will be the Wednesday prior to their big career fair. That should be a great event. A lot of employers will be present. Any employer that exists within the airport marketplace will be accessible and available and have opportunities for that event. So hopefully my dear friend Charmaina is going to make that happen for us. Also, know what, my man, Kenny Johnson, yeah, my brother from another, right? Kenny from the Phillies. He gave me stuff to give to y'all also. I think I might have it with me.
So,
I want my gifts.
He gave me stuff to give to y'all. But Kenny reached out to me yesterday and said he wants to come on the show. So we're going to have Kenny from the Phillies come on. You know what, maybe the next homestand we'll have Kenny get everybody fired up.
Yeah.
And we'll leave out of here at 5 o'clock and go to the Phillies game at 7,
Yeah,
7:30. That's probably not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
I like it.
Yeah,
put it out in the universe.
And if Kenny's going back to work, we can just jump in his car. And go down
I
with
just
him,
have to
No, I
say,
live down there, so I'll just,
I have a lot of love for the Phillies, which is but I'm from New York, and it's Yankees all day here.
All right, well, that's the American League.
Wow.
Okay,
So I don't know anything about the league,
put
or
it out
I just
there.
had to make sure it's known that
Okay.
you know.
I
But I like when the Phillies win because Philly is happy.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Like I that's what I
it's been
feel
a
good
long
about.
time since Philly was happy with the
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a new season is coming. And I heard some people were happy about draft day to happen. You know, the draft picks.
It was
and all
fun.
that, you know,
It was fun.
We'll see how they feel in a couple
I got my
of years.
quarterback, so I'm
Yeah,
good.
we'll see how they feel in a
I
couple
think
years.
all of us are transplants except for Will. You're the only Philly boy, right? No. No way.
You see, you got me 49
But he's
No, but I mean you grew up here.
But he reps a different team here. All right, not mad at it.
Yeah.
So-
Shout out to the Giants.
It's really getting us today. Okay.
Listen, I spent 4 days in Long Island, and I have not done that in a really long
Well,
time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Really?
It's painful.
Really?
Yeah.
From the guy who's from Western Pennsylvania,
Oh,
right? This is way. But it's all right. It's all love
But
here.
while you were spending the weekend in Long Island, I was spending the weekend in Harlem. I won. That's what we do. Harlem. So anyway, speaking of winning, right? I was reading an article that Liz Ryan produced for Inc. magazine. I always read Liz's stuff. She's incredible. And it was about, what did she call it? Spray and pray. That approach to resumes.
Yeah.
Where you just apply to a bunch of jobs and pray that something happens, right?
Wrong answer.
So,
Spray and pray. I
so,
like that.
So the article was about a person.
Disgusting having cats.
And the article was about a person that applied to 100 jobs and heard nothing, right? So he was asking, like, how is that possible? So one of the things, some of the things she spoke about, and I want you guys to chime in accordingly, but did he have a business plan based on what he does, what he solves for employers? What pain does he solve, right? So we were speaking about this in my class today, like, where do you add value? Do you earn or save a company money, right? So from a recruiter standpoint, I always kind of go into that line of conversation because those are the things that you can immediately speak to on how you add value. So she spoke about that, like, what was the business pain that he solved? She also spoke about, let me see here, specific hiring managers. If you know who your hiring manager is specifically, do you reach out to that person? Alberta, you know what? Yeah, take me here. So you guys post a position, right? at your organization, and let's just say it's a position in marketing.
Okay, which I have something right now.
Okay, great. So
Good
one-
choice.
You
Good
have
choice.
all the positions.
Right?
So-
At least in the marketing.
So it's a marketing opportunity, and I don't know. Let's just say, give me one of the jobs you have open in marketing.
Digital marketing specialist.
All right. So is there like a director of marketing that's employed at the organization?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Would you suggest that the person apply and then try to reach out to the director of marketing just as an introduction or as a LinkedIn invite, and just to try to leverage an opportunity to
Start the
advance a
networking.
conversation and start the
Yeah,
networking?
yeah.
Exactly.
Or advanced conversation, I like that better. That's a tough one because, yes, absolutely always reach out on LinkedIn. Put why you're reaching out,
Mhm.
be specific, but don't always expect an answer.
All right. Exactly. Okay.
That's
That's fine.
the thing.
Sounds like manage your expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, because you gotta figure we get a lot of applications, we get a lot of, but if that does put your foot forward a little bit more, that's great. The person likely will only get back to you if you fit the job qualifications or so.
And I would hope that you only are applying to opportunities.
Well, that's what I
that
wanted to ask you
closely
about
match
that
your skill
article
set. Yeah.
about those 100 jobs.
People who do this as well, and it's like you can't just apply to a job for the sake of applying to a job, because
yeah.
and as we talk about often on the show, is that's not how you're going to get success. Because if you're applying for jobs that you're not actually qualified for, of course you're going to. If I start applying for software engineering jobs and apply to 100 of them, I applied to 100 jobs and I haven't heard. Of course not, because I do not have any experience.
You know, Tiff,
That's relevant.
I want to go out. I'm going to jump out the window here and say that I think you can be a software engineer.
See, I could be,
Yeah,
right? I appreciate
that.
I could be, but
She's been coming to the item, so I think she wants to pivot.
Right.
You're pivoting.
But, and I'm happy at my current job in case any of my current employers are listening right now.
Clear.
But if my current resume has not been tailored to indicate that I'm interested in making that pivot,
Absolutely.
that I have been tinkering with any kind of development or whatever software engineers, all the magic that they do behind the scenes, then I could learn it, but I have not positioned myself that makes it clear that I either have that interest but you can't just apply to jobs to say that you're applying to jobs, because what you do is you're just telling yourself, oh yeah, I worked so hard today. I keep doing these voices. I think that's the way I'm trying to keep myself awake today.
Is that the candidate voice now?
We did not add other people to the Career Seekers team. It's Tiffany Southerland doing other voices.
No, wait, if you were a millennial candidate, how would you do that?
I want this. Just kidding, I'm also a millennial. But you just have to, you can't just apply and do things for the sake of saying that you're doing them and then complain about not having success, right? Like you can't apply, like if I'm not a licensed attorney and I'm applying to associate positions, I'm not going to get a job as a lawyer because I am not a licensed attorney.
And if I post a job that clearly states a wastewater operator with 3 years experience,
this is something that actually happens.
Secretary,
This is
you're
actually
not
happens.
going to get it.
And now that said, what we are not saying is that you should never apply for jobs that you do not necessarily have that experience for. But what you have to do is spend the time to lay the foundation, to maybe get in contact with someone who knows that you're interested in making that transition.
Absolutely.
And tailor your resume to highlight the strengths that are transferable from your current experience to the job that you're trying to get.
Exactly.
So if you know that you've never done this type of work before, what tangible skills can you say are applicable to the job that you have, that you're bringing from where you are right now to the job that you want to go?
That's right.
Because people make transitions all the time.
Absolutely. You don't have to pigeonhole yourself.
You don't have to
can
pigeonhole
move on,
yourself,
yeah.
but doing it with a simple, I'm going to send in this job application based on this resume that I have not actually updated to reflect the job that I'm applying for.
Right.
No, you're not going to hear back, right?
Can I also counsel a little bit on that too? Speaking
Please
of
do.
resumes, internal candidates. If you're looking for a position within your own company and you don't update your resume, if you just throw your application at 5 other jobs and you haven't updated your resume since you joined the company 5 years ago, why would I want to take a look at you? I love internal candidates. We do look at you first, but give me something to go on. What have you been doing to
Give us
join
something-
the company?
Give us something to work with,
Right,
right?
right.
Because we don't, it's not a matter, it's not like we are, I don't think, and I think people who work in recruiting are not necessarily looking to eliminate people, but we're
No.
looking for reasons to bring you into the next round of the
Sure,
process.
we do want to help you, because that
Exactly.
helps us get rid of the job. and
Exactly.
Well,
work on
I'm
something
a
else.
third-party recruiter. I'm looking to eliminate you.
Well, there you are.
You know, it's the Career Seekers team live on WPPM LP Philadelphia. Hit us up if you're watching on Facebook. I believe we're up and running. I apologize
Yes, we are.
for the
We're
earlier
there.
difficulties, but anyway, hit us up. Share this with your network. You can hit Alberta Recruits on Twitter. You can hit Tiffany's at Tiff South on Twitter. At KL Johnson Info. Man,
He don't even know his own
I'm
his own
stumbling
Twitter.
all over this today. At US Career Seekers on Twitter. We're here. We're gonna take a brief break, and when we come back, we don't have a guest today. So when we come back, you're just gonna get more of
Maybe we should just
at
interview
Tiff
Will.
South. We can interview Will, but then
Yeah.
he's holding the camera, so I don't know.
We'll get him
They
next
gotta
time.
interview.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the hot seat next time.
I love the Career Seekers. It's the Career Seekers Show live on WPPM LP Philadelphia. Let's go.
Somebody from high school just joined.
30 minutes goes by so
Woo, that was fast.
All right, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you didn't look at the spreadsheet either, right? Did you?
It said we have no guests.